Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, the video's going to freeze for a moment, but I'll be right back. Okay. All right, let's get it cracking. So this video is for empresses over 40. But young girls, younger women, y'all can watch and listen if you want to. Before I get into the topic of this video, I want to say that I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel that's for women over 40. Okay, and I really want to talk to women over 40. Like I want my own group and all of that. Um, but anyway, before I get into this video, I want to say no hate will be tolerated. Okay, if you're a man watching this and you have nothing nice to say about women over 40, please don't talk in this video. We really don't want to hear you. Okay, and that's beta. That's a beta dude anyway to do that. Okay, young women, if you have a problem with women over 40, please don't talk in this video. It's a shame that I have to set the rules because in the community of color, we really don't have respect for boundaries. A lot of people of color don't respect boundaries, age boundaries. It's becoming a big problem with all this age attacking, especially women of color over 40. So I'm not going to tolerate it in this video. Okay, so if you are an empress and you are, doesn't matter what race you are, but especially if you're over 40 and if you are of color, this video is for you. But this is for any woman over 40. And I'm going to tell it to you straight, okay? You need to realize that your catering days and being the family slave and the public slave and the slave of the family is over. Okay? If you don't put a lot of your energy and time and money into yourself, you're going to deteriorate so much faster. Okay? Your body is in fight mode, like serious fight mode. So your energy is too precious. Okay, if you thought your energy was precious younger, it's way more precious older when you're over 40. There has been people on the channel who has been saying, Ms. V, it looks like you're aging in reverse. It's because I give maybe 10% to everybody else. I don't care if people say I'm unreliable. I don't care if people say I'm self absorbed. I don't care because I already did my job. I've already put in over 20 years into my family, 30 years actually into my family. This last half of my life is for me. If my daughter has, I'm sharing my life with y'all. If my daughter has grandkids, yeah, I'm gonna look after them, but I'm not gonna be their mom. I'm not gonna have them every day. I don't even want to see a man every day. Your energy is that precious. You'll find that you can be drained very easily. Like a 10-minute argument with a guy is like you've been arguing with him for 2 hours. The Empress energy is of light. Okay, it's like crystal. It's fragile because the Empress is often more celibate than the queens. So the Empress, her energy is like a child's energy. So when the Empress get in arguments and fights, it's like a child in a fight. Okay? I know there's people who are not going to agree with me because they're too busy looking at how some of the empresses may look older than they are. Those are the empresses who did not stop catering to everybody when they hit 40. The 60-year-old empresses that may look like they're going on 80 is because they did not put a lot of their energy into themselves when they hit menopause. A lot of women hit menopause between 40 and 55. That means a lot of your energy has to be into you or your kids only. Okay? It means that you have to use your energy the way you would use your money very carefully. You have to budget your energy. It's really that serious because when you waste your energy, it shows in your body. Okay? You'll have a week where your hair just fall out, all because you wasted your energy. You pay a price for not showing gratitude for the privilege of being able to even see 40, 50, and 60. Because you don't show gratitude, okay? You don't show gratitude for the fact that you're being blessed with the last second half of your life. You have been blessed with it because you have made it to 40. I have cousins and a brother and aunts and a stepfather that never saw 50. But if you are watching this video and you are an empress and you've made it to almost 50, you have to show gratitude for that. With all this crime and all this women being killed left and right by men, it's a lot of crime on women over the last 5 years. And when you waste your energy and you waste your money and you just be letting these men break you, even though you know you're an empress, the creator is going to punish you. Like, I'm serious about this. Okay? The creator is going to punish you because you don't realize that you are far more valuable than you was when you was a queen. Now, I know it's hard for some of y'all to believe that because you're like, well, I didn't have babies already and I might not be able to have babies no more. The creator values intellect and wisdom over having babies. There has been plenty of women in history that couldn't have babies, but they have changed this world in major ways. Okay? An empress is a receiver of some of the most divine knowledge that's in the Akashic records of God. The creator values that over being able to have babies out here. And because you're going to stay in a higher vibration more often than the queens and the knights and the young girls, that means you have more access to that knowledge. But if you don't love yourself, you will be blocked from it. You're supposed to be setting an example of what self-love really looks like. Of putting yourself really first really looks like. You're supposed to be demonstrating it because when women are young, they're insecure, they're still chasing validation, they still think that all they gotta have is beauty and that's more important than anything. You're supposed to be teaching the young girls that their mind is just as actually more important. You can replace body. You can replace a lot of things about you, but you're never going to replace your mind. Your consciousness will always remain, even after your body's dead, dust in the ground. Okay? The Empress is supposed to be helping young girls to understand the value of their consciousness, to work on that, to make that a priority just as much as they make it a priority to get their hair done, to get new clothes, to update their wardrobe, to find Mr. Right. When you are an Empress over 40, there is no skipping on workouts. Sorry, those days is over for you. There is no just laying around the house. There is none of that. I have work to do for me. Because the bottom line, women outlive men. And if you don't take care of you, and you just sit around and waste away, and then your man, your old husband die, then who do you got to take care of you after you didn't take care of you for the last 30 years of your life? You cannot cheat on your diet every day. You cannot cheat on exercise. Your body will literally tell you that you cheated on it. You will feel it from head to toe. It will say, "Oh, you didn't go for a walk. You didn't get that 3 mile walk in a day." I'm gonna let you know that you didn't. A lot of empresses are always complaining about, "Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, this and that, this and that." It's because you know that you're still pulling on queen energy, where you're still looking for validation and you're not looking to yourself for self love. You're not exercising. You just giving up. You just don't care how big your poofa get. You just don't even care if it hangs way over your vagina. Like you don't care, and you're still calling yourself an empress. An empress is always an older woman who literally does not play about taking care of that body. And when an empress takes care of her body, it really shows because she's already saving her sexual energy. So she gets the extra benefit of the fact that she's not releasing as much. She's real selective, extra selective of who she gives her sexual energy to. Recently, recently, y'all, I started like going in. Okay, when I say going in, I mean like I became a hardcore hiker. I hike like 3 times a day now. Okay. Um, I say if there's no work to do in the house, there's always work to do on me. If there's no work left for me to do in this house, there's work to do on me. That's how I Empress think. So I started hiking and hiking and whatever. And little did I know that I had people watching me. And I'm sharing this because I know some of y'all Empress may think, oh, it doesn't matter. Men don't want me because I'm over 40. That's not true. Let me give you an example. I hike and I hike a lot. And this guy, okay, he owns land or whatever. And I noticed the men, even the 30 and the 40, 50-year-old men, are like, hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm not even dressed to kill when I'm on these hikes, okay? I'm not dressed to kill. But why are they so interested in conversating with me? It's because when you take care of yourself as an empress, your vibration is way stronger than a queen when she takes care of herself. Because there's nothing like taking care of yourself and literally not even having sex, but 2 times a month. The average young person is literally going in on sex, like they are. So you're naturally going to be more of a magnet if you just take care of yourself. That's all. That's all it is. Just take care of yourself and leave your moody moods, your moody energy when you're in menopause, flare ups. Leave that to the minister. Go to your church and talk to your minister about your moods. Leave that for your art. That's why God wants the empress to be artistic so that she can get control over her emotions since they have very strong highs and very strong lows, which goes away when she takes care of herself. Hi, everybody. It cracks me up when I talk to women my age and they say, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, um, you know, you attract men. How do you do it?" I literally had women say, "Come up to me. How are you attracting men? Like, how do you get your hair like that? How did you get your body like that?" And I tell them, I'm not no special. I'm literally almost 50. But the most I will even neglect this body when exercising is maybe just a couple days a week. And I better not feel well. I better be sick. I better be in pain for me to not hike. I hike so much around here that men are literally sitting on their porches waiting for me to walk by just to speak to me and say good morning, how are you doing? How's your hike going? Blah 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 blah. I out hike every woman in this neighborhood. And these women, some of these women is in their 20s and they're sitting in their house with their cars out front. Because, and I'm going to talk to you young girls who are watching, you run out of time relying only on your youth. At some point, you got to fight for that youth. So if you are a woman under 40 and you think, oh, because you're naturally building human growth hormone and you're getting all this burst of estrogen, so you don't need to eat an estrogen diet. You could just go ahead and sit around because you're good, because you're under 40. If you don't do something now, I'm talking to the women under 40. If you don't do something now, when you get in menopause, you're going to look like crap. You're going to look like crap. I have pictures to prove that in my 30s, I was going to the gym. I was going dancing 2 nights a week. Back when I had my baby, and when my baby was about 10 years old, when I was about 35, I was literally a gym rat. I was going to Zumba classes. I was going to Argentina tango classes. So when people think, oh, I'm just lucky to have a decent body, and I'm almost 50, and how come I can get this body back in shape so fast? It's because I was doing it in my 30s. If you are over 40, you need to get with it fast. Okay? You need to get with it fast. You want to get ahead of the age decline. You want to get ahead. Let me give you an example. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett was working out hard in her 30s. We all know Vampire in Brooklyn, Tina Turner, whatever. That's why she looks so damn good. So damn good over 50. Okay? You want to be like that. All right? If you ain't been working out and you're an Empress over 40, then if you want to put it on the fast track, you must eat like the Africans eat. There's a reason why African women be over 50 and look good as hell. Okay? They're eating their maca root. Maca root is one of their favorite things to eat. You can put it in your food. Maca root has a way of giving you hormonal balance, firming up your skin, reversing aging, all of that. And heart health, strong heart, healthy heart, body starts to look young. Okay? I don't know why nobody talks about that. When an Empress, when she gets over 40, her heart health starts to decline fast. There are Empresses dropping dead in their 50s from heart failure, sudden heart death in their sleep. When you get over 40 in the Empress, you have to have a heart health diet. Okay, if the aging is reversing in your heart, you will reverse an age in the way you look. Okay? All right. Now, the best dancing, I'm going to talk to you Empresses. Dancing only works. Dancing only works to reverse your aging, to slow your aging process if it's interval dancing. Cardio is not beneficial to you if it's not interval cardio. Okay? Several days a week I do interval cardio. I didn't know that's what it was called. I just know that that's what my mother did. Okay? When my mother died, she had no wrinkles, she had no cellulite, she had no stretch marks, and had 5 kids. Okay? Flawless skin, no crow's feet. Her boyfriends were literally young because only young men was always after her. Okay? My mother always did interval walking. Interval walking. So if it's not interval, it's not working for you. Okay? Walking up the street, just doing cardio with your arms going back and forth with your other Empress friend, That's not doing nothing for you. You might burn some calories, but you did not reverse aging. Okay? And this is the realest talk. Okay? You must purposely make your body hot. The queens and the kings are running hot. They running hot naturally. Okay? You have to force your body, push your body to run hot. So if you don't do HIIT, then do interval workouts. That's what the Asian people do. That's why the Asian women, a lot of them, even when they in their 40s and 50s, they look good. Look at the Asian female actors. They're in their 50s and literally looking gorgeous. They don't just casually walk like we do in America. Like, oh, I'm getting my cardio in. They're literally doing interval walking, interval dancing, interval workouts, interval, even if you're doing water aerobics, interval. Okay? A lot of empresses give up because they're like, my bones is hurting me. My goodness, I need HRT. No, you don't need HRT. What you need is the Empress diet. The Empress diet consists of a high vitamin D and a high vitamin B group diet. The Empress has soy. She's made of soy, so she needs soy. Okay? In Asia, the Empresses, they have soy. They have soy milk, they have soy sauce, soy. You need the things that are going to strengthen your bones. So, for example, I started eating a high carb diet. Now, I know people are saying, nah, the Empress needs a high carb diet. I'm telling you no lie. When you have a high carb diet, you're able to do the things that the young people are doing. You're able to hike 6 miles a day, interval hiking. The young people may not need the high carb diet because when they fast, their fasting is stronger. Their fasting is stronger because they are physically younger and their growth hormones are higher. Their body is just a natural fat burning machine. But when you're an Empress, you need a heart diet and you need a bone and mental health diet. Your plate of food needs to be abundant in vitamin B group and abundant in vitamin D3. You need to do white light therapy. If you have a gym pass at Planet Fitness, go and sit in the white light therapy machine 2-3 times a week. That's how I was able to stop my eyes from getting wrinkly. I noticed I saw a little bit of crow's feet starting to come. I said, well, we're not having that. So I got me a white light therapy lamp and I started sitting in front of it last year. And then I started moisturizing my face with rose oil. Okay? Your favorite soap and cleanser and moisturizer is rose oil. If you live in the north, Burlington Coat Factory has wonderful oil blends of wildflowers with rose petals. You can buy it in a jar. When I was working at the bank, there was a lot of young girls like, your skin is so gorgeous. Like, what are you doing? You're healing your skin. And I showed them the bottle and they started getting it. And this is no lie. Some of the young girls in there started using the same oil I told them to go get. And dudes was like real thirsty for them after that. Like the one girl, the supervisor was all over her, and I told her, I was like, you looking gorgeous now. It took about a month for her to use that rose oil. But young girls feel like they don't got to because they're just young. They act like their skin's not cracking. They act like there's the smoke and the pollution isn't damaging them because they can't really see it. Like they're not focusing on the changes of their body as much as you do when you're an Empress. So if you are an Empress, You need to get stuff that has roses in it. Okay. Okay. Yoga is okay, but yoga is not going to tighten your body up like it does a queen. It's not. Yoga is just for grounding, really, for an empress. Yoga is just for inner peace, clearing out your chakras, and all of that. The empress body must be made to be hot. Okay, this is very important. You need to sweat. Okay, you. I know it's hard because the empress say, "I'm already sweating. I'm having hot flashes. I don't want more sweats." The hot flashes that you're getting, that you're getting from hormone burst in your body, that's not the same as growth hormone burst. That's not that hormone. Okay, the hormones bursting in your body that's giving hot flashes, that's more on the line of estrogen. Okay. And the hormones that's supposed to be delivered to your eggs in your body. That's what you're feeling with hot flashes. But you need the heat and the sweat that comes from burst of growth hormone. That's what you need. Okay. And you can get that. You can get mini bursts, little small bursts through interval workouts and interval dancing. If you don't like to do HIIT. Okay. When I had my baby and I was in my 30s, people were literally like, oh, will you model for me? I was getting paid $70 an hour to model, and I was literally in my 30s. But I did interval cardio every single day, 6 days a week, water aerobics 2 days a week, Zumba 1 day a week. And so I was boosting so much human growth hormone, wow, literally like never eating over 1,500 calories. I never ate over that. That my body was naturally just getting ripped, okay, without lifting weights. You can literally get ripped just by overwhelming your body with human growth hormone. Okay? So you don't got to go to the gym and lift ridiculous amount of weights, Empress. You know that it's going to be hard because your bone density, okay, is struggling. So what you do is you run that body hot. You go in the steam room and you sit in them. You get you a membership at a steam room, and you literally sit there for as long as you can damn well take it. Okay, several days a week. Okay, all right. People are not listening. All right, if you're spamming up the chat, I'm going to have to remove you from the chat because it means that you're trying to get everybody to focus on your comment, and I need people to listen to me. Okay, I need people to listen to me because every empress over 40 don't go through menopause. Meaning this, not every empress over 40 get any symptoms. Some empresses, they get over 40 and their periods just stop. That's it. That's it. But I want to talk to the empresses who are real close to getting menopause or they're having menopause symptoms. Okay? I don't really talk to women who don't have menopause symptoms. Like I don't talk about it to them because they can do everything they can still do in their 30s. They can still do that. But when you okay, see what I'm saying? Look, not competing with anyone. Truth. See, you've been running your mouth. Love light, you've been running your mouth the whole video. This ain't about healing. Healing is not necessary. Healing is not necessary. I don't know. Not okay. Let's talk about healing. Why did the word healing always come out when we talk about empresses? They're bitter. They're angry. They need to heal. What makes people think that empresses always need to heal and queens never need to heal? Like this isn't about healing. This is about me teaching empresses about self care. Okay? Healing is not necessary. If it was necessary, there'd be people out there like, oh, I'm not going to live my life until I get a new arm, or I'm not going to be happy until I get a new leg. Plenty of things are invented and created without anyone healing. Okay? Pain is a wonderful motivator. And that's what I was going to talk to about Empresses about. Let your pain be your motivator. Let your pain, don't run to quick to take things to take away the pain. Getting hooked on painkillers and getting hooked. Sometimes you got to just push through the pain. And this is what the monks teach you. This is what the wise ones teach you. So let's stop talking about healing because we ain't saying Empresses is all out here hurt. Okay? There's a lot of Empresses out here happy as hell when they're menopause. It's just the body is responding to the menopause. It don't mean they need healed. Okay? Menopause symptoms don't mean that your body need healed. It's your body just reacting to the lower hormone levels at times. And your body does respond to that by boosting the hormones, which causes the hot flashes. So let's learn how to listen before you run your mouth in my chat. Okay? I want to talk to Empresses that are interested in listening. Because there's a lot of Empresses out here who may know this stuff, but they're not sharing it with you. Why? Because they feel embarrassed to have to share how they got to change and alter their life because they're an Empress, because they're in menopause. A lot of Empresses like, that's taboo. We don't talk about that. But I think the more us Empresses that are making it through, that are beating menopause, because I'm beating menopause in here. I'm whooping menopause's butt without HRT. Okay? Period. And what I'm saying is a lot of Empresses need to start being vulnerable and talking about this. Because I was blindsided. My mother did not even see 70. My grandmother did not live as long, 90. So I was blindsided. And I'm next to the oldest daughter. And a lot of my family members had their hysterectomies or stuff done. So they didn't really get to go through the menopause. So I'm literally one of the first women in my family after my mom who actually went through menopause naturally. My mother went through it naturally. Okay? But she never told me. She never told me what she was going through. I guess she didn't want to like scare me, and I was young. So I called my sister up, talking to my sister, preparing my younger sister, and she was like shocked. She was like, "Mom didn't tell us these things." I said, "Well, Mom was sick from other stuff, and she herself protected us. Back in them days, you didn't have this conversation. You did not have this conversation with your young daughters. And Empresses didn't have this conversation with other Empresses. It's like you just deal with your own Empress energy. But this has to stop. This has to stop with every Empress for themselves. Like this has to stop because I intuitively I see the Empresses walking up the street and I'm picking up pain. I'm picking up their mood swings. I'm picking up, their struggles. And I'm like, okay, if we just talked and traded resources, we would all get through this like easier. So that's why I'm having this conversation. Okay? Don't listen to the people that tell you low carbs. Just think about it. You have plummeting energy levels as an Empress. So why would you cut carbs out your diet? Carbs is literally critical for energy. But we have these fake coaches saying cut carbs if you're Empress. And I'm telling you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I don't care what you do. Nothing's going to give you the energy like you need it as an Empress without eating carbs. You're going to have to. Okay? I decided to just boost up my carbs. Like, F it. I'm gonna just increase my carb intake to see what happens. Okay. I've been experimenting on myself so that I can teach. And I've been like taking record of the results, how my body feel, how my sleep is, how my hair. I've been really doing this study on myself for like months. And I realized every time the carbs are low, I go slow, but I don't feel better. I don't feel better. Like, the menopause is worse. So that explains why some empresses get thick. They get big butts, they get big breasts because they are eating a higher carb. Carbs are really important for helping to build muscle when you're eating your protein. So they are eating higher carbs. That's why they look so good as an empress. So if you're trying to lower your carbs and eat a high fat diet instead, you're going to look haggard, flat, and you're going to notice that you can't keep up with some empresses. They're leaving you in the dust in the workouts. Okay? All right. Hi everybody. Another thing that I found out, like being an empress over 40, is that people are just super critical of you. Okay? And when people see gray in your hair, or when they hear your age, they start to do this like inspection of you. It's like naturally. It happens a lot in the black community. So if you're trying to be an empress in the black community, you have to really take care of yourself, or you're going to deal with being bullied, emotionally disrespected, talk of the town. You're going to deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Okay. Um, if you're glamorizing being a minimalist, wearing the same color, same outfits every day, being like a monk as an empress, you better leave civilization, because we're living in a world where we have toxic manosphere dudes. And we know if they want to release some stress, they just go right for the empress. Any random empress, online, offline, they just go right for them, right for their throat. So unless you want to go live in the mountains as a stoic empress, as a monk empress, as a real hardcore minimalist empress, then you better be ready to deal with shade, abuse, and disrespect, and people treating you like all you are is a workhorse for them. Okay? Like, literally, if you are empress over 40, you make glow up your number one priority. You make your teeth a priority. Okay? If you get a new credit card and you know that you need to see a bone doctor or a teeth doctor, you make that a priority. Because your teeth in menopause will decline faster than anybody's teeth. Faster than a man, faster than a queen. It doesn't matter if you're born with teeth genetics. Doesn't matter. Okay? If that menopause hits you with symptoms, it's going to take your teeth fast. Some of y'all already got the early symptoms of perimenopause, and that's why your teeth is declining and you can't explain why it's happening. Some of you 40-year-olds. So don't skip your cleanings, and don't skip going to a hygienist. And if you can, save up your money and get partials and or dentures. Like, until you get that together, don't even give nobody no money. Like, I'm serious. Tell your man, tell everybody, I'm not giving nobody no money in here. No money until I can get the bone health and the teeth health that I need. When my teeth is done, because they're declining faster than y'all's because of my menopause. Okay? When my teeth is done, and when my bone doctor tell me my bones is doing better, then I'll start passing out money as a gift maybe. But until then, no, nothing for free. I'm telling you, no lie. Some of y'all 35-year-old women, y'all like, oh no, I'm good. Let me tell you, I had the best teeth in my family. Strong teeth. Brush floss, all I want. All the time. Okay? People used to be like, oh, your teeth, oh wow. But let me tell you, when I started getting close to 40, I said, wait a minute, what's going on? I said, nah. Even the dentist was like, do you have any teeth genetic problems in your family? I said, yeah. And he said, how old are you? And he said, did you have a baby? And when he saw I had a baby and then how old I was not too long after my baby, he put two and two together. Me getting into perimenopause not too long after I had a baby literally was like hard on my teeth. And so I've been paying buku money, like copay on his teeth. I ain't never seen a doctor more than a teeth doctor. But if you look at my pictures before I had my child, before perimenopause, you'd be like, wow, you got gorgeous teeth. But what I'm saying is don't think, young women, if y'all watching, don't think it can't happen to you. Okay? Don't think that you can't lose bone strength and bone density or because you looking and feeling good right now. Get ahead of the game. Don't wait for perimenopause. Don't wait for 40 years old. If you're a 38-year-old woman, 35 watching this, literally start making extra appointments for your teeth. Literally go to that dentist so bad that the dentist is sick and tired of seeing you. Okay? Get your yearly workups of your vitamin B and your vitamin D. Have them check your blood work every year. And have a regular workout schedule. So that by the time you hit that 48, you don't even look 48. You look 35. Okay? Like for real. But you got to start now. Don't wait until you in menopause in your 50s to do it. It's going to be hard as hell. Okay? It'll probably take maybe 5 years instead of 2 years for you to get ripped. You be about like 58 and like you ripped. Okay? You're looking younger and ripped. But if you start now in your 40s and 30s, you can actually get there faster. Now, I hope this video was inspiring. I have additional information, but I'm gonna save it for my group. I'm starting a group, a workshop, and I want to do like activities that will help for like emotional grounding. Also dreams. You're a very powerful dreamer. See? The creator has to communicate with you a lot through dreams, since the world tends to be so toxic towards you and stingier at times and not as helpful to you. So the creator has to help you a lot when you're asleep. The Empress receives so much, the Empress has received so much emotional energy in this world. Okay? That the creator's like, I gotta help you through your dreams because everybody's energy coming at you when you woke. So have a dream journal. All right. If you are a natural empath, if you're an empath before you become an empress, you will be a real big receiver. I receive so much. It's It's like everybody's energy is like real loud now. I don't remember it being this loud in my 30s. Like it's like I can't turn it off. It's like the energy, everybody's energy and thought process intuitively, it's like pew, it's like loud. So I like to spend a lot of time alone, um, because it's like I'm receiving other people's emotions, and it's like I don't need them emotions to be my own emotions. Also, I want to say something, and I know some people aren't going to agree with me with this, but if you are an empress, you need to use your masculine energy. Okay? You're getting masculine energy that the queens don't have. And the reason why is the creator want you to work harder on yourself. That's why. So when you are all charged up, powered up, and you're standing your ground and you're standing up, that's getting into the masculine energy. That's a good time to go lift some weights, do some belly workout, do some ab workout, to work on your core, your root chakra, work on your stomach and your arms. That's the time to do that. So if you got a man or family members that you're real irritated with and aggravating your menopause, and it's flipping you into masculine energy, you need to be able to run to some weights, go grind somewhere, and work out your body. Going to the gym and working out as an empress is going to save you from knocking somebody out. Okay, I'm telling you, you're going to be ready to knock a couple people out because you're going to realize that people have no limit with you. I don't know why people don't talk about this. Like, people love to say the empress is bitter and angry, but I noticed that people tend to go too far with me now and never went too far with me in my 30s. It's almost like they think because I'm older, I'm vulnerable. Like I'm not gonna throw the hands. And that just and that just gets to me. Like I will. Like I have zero tolerance now. So I I will go clean and I will go work out. You know. Uh Now I don't really talk to the men, but when on the men they tend to flip into feminine energy with some empresses. And I'm calling it what it is. And it's because they don't see, some of these men don't see the value in an empress. So they don't feel the need to be masculine with her. They say, I'll be feminine. She needs to cater to my energy. She needs to cater to me because she's an empress. She's older. So I'm the one she needs to cater to. And then the empress gets mad and says, I'm ready to knock you out. Don't play with me. Because you're benefiting in so many ways from me. Cooking and cleaning, all this expert cooking I'm doing, expert cleaning, expert catering to you. How dare you say I'm not worth your masculine energy? And you want to give the masculine energy to your side chick queen, to your little queen prostitute, and then you want me to sit here and accept this feminine energy from you. No. It's a no. Get your shit and get out of my house. And that's how a lot of empresses feel, and I'm telling it like it is. I'm telling it like it is. Okay, a lot of empresses are being pushed into masculine energy because a lot of men think that they're not worth their masculine energy. They say, you're over 40, so you're no longer worth my masculine energy. You should just be my mommy. You should just be my mommy, and I get somebody who is a queen, and I'll give her my masculine energy. And I think it's very disrespectful. So one thing I want to say to I don't know what somebody's saying, spiritual hands. What did somebody say? You talk about something else. Um, One thing I gotta say to the empresses: do not get with feminine men. It's going to make your menopause worse. Avoid them. Avoid down low men. If you even sense a man is down low, you should run like hell if you're an empress. Run. If your intuition tell you that somebody down low, a man is down low, I'm telling you no lie, they're going to block your feminine energy. They're going to block it. They're going to have you being the male and they be the feminine, and your empress energy is going to go right down the damn drain. You're not going to get the benefits. You're just not going to get it. Now, here's another part of this conversation I'm going to have. And I don't care if anybody don't agree. Y'all know this is an unfiltered channel. Don't be ashamed of being with a younger man. Yep, I said it. I said it. When you are an empress, you have moments when your energy, you're just high energy. You'll have bursts of energy. And it would take a very well-grounded emperor that doesn't play with itself all the time to even deal with those bursts that you have. So a lot of these emperors is not, they're not even saving their seed, their semen. They're not. So they can't hang with your burst of energies that you're having. Intense bursts. So if you feel like you need a younger man to keep up with your burst of energy, then that's what you be with. You know, be with a man in his 30s, you know, so it doesn't look like you're robbing the cradle. He'll be able to keep up with those bursts of energies of how you like to work out, how you know, how you're that busy cleaning energy, you know, how you like to dance. You know, the Empress likes to dance a lot. He'll be able to keep up with that. You know, people always say a old man want a young woman, but a lot of those older men, they want the young woman to make them feel like they got it while they're not even doing it like they got it. I'm just keeping it the truth, keeping it real. They want the young woman to make them think they still got it, but yet they're on the very low energy side where they're sitting around drinking Jim Beam, watching the sunset, you know, barely going to the gym. And then that queen becomes an empress and she's like, nah, I can't do this no more. Nah. And then she wants to divorce her old husband and get her a guy her age or younger. And this is the reason why a lot of women be divorcing or their older husbands and putting them in nursing homes and getting caregivers for them and literally ghosting them. And I don't care. I'm not apologizing for this conversation. Okay? I'm not. Okay? I'm not. Women file the most divorces. Women file the most divorces within 25 years married to a man, whether she's young or old when she got with him. And the highest claim is he was emotionally messy or he was emotionally cruel. So he's being very toxic feminine. He's being very toxic feminine. Okay? And he's not keeping up with her high-spirited energy. He's tearing her down. He's tearing her down while she's building herself up. Which is a common thing. That older men do to younger women at some point to tear them down so they don't go anywhere. And so if you are an empress and you know you done been there and done that, you're not about being with a man who say, oh, because we the same age and I got a lot of money so I can get me a younger woman than you. I don't got to give you my masculine energy. You supposed to treat me like the female. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. It froze. This is an adult conversation, what I'm about to say. The truth of the matter is that an empress who has been married, a lot of empresses have been married for a long period of time. Their husbands have died or they've divorced their toxic husbands. The empress, okay, I don't know why people think that all empresses have loose vaginas. That's not true, okay? A rested vagina is going to get tighter, okay? It just is. That's just it. When you are celibate frequently, those muscles start to get tight, okay? Any muscle that's not used will literally lock up, okay? Period, okay? So when you are an empress and you know, like you're like, nah, I'm not in that no vibe queen energy, like sleeping around, like nah, that's not for me. Okay, you know that you need someone who can keep up with your energy and sexually strong enough for you. Okay, and the truth of the matter, hi everybody, we're gonna do a part two. Hi everybody, we're gonna do a part two. We're gonna do a part two for this video. The video might cut out, but um this is why young guys like empresses. Empresses are skilled, and the young men know a lot of empresses are celibate. The young men know a lot of empresses are not passing it around. So they know that vagina gonna feel pretty good. I'm just keeping it real. It's going to feel good. And the Empress spools herself. I'm gonna let this phone charge, but we're gonna do a part two. If you're an Empress, don't feel ashamed of being with a man 10 years younger than you, and don't feel bad about being selfish. Have time, months out of a year where you're selfish. You're just about yourself. Okay? You've done enough. You served the family enough. And at this point, you're supposed to be helping your grandkids, helping the community, or helping your husband. Okay? But really, you have to put yourself first. There's no way around that. For listening, everybody, if you'd like to send a cash appreciation donation, you can send it to my cash app at money sign Coach V Hunter. I'm going to be talking about this on my YouTube channel. I may start a new YouTube channel that's for women over 40. I'm thinking about doing that, y'all, okay? All right. Once again, if you'd like to send a donation, you can send donations to my cash app at money sign Coach V Hunter. Thanks for listening, everybody.